Hey guys, RTT back here for that video, guys. Today we have some really awesome information for you. We're going to start off with the Galaxy Z Fold 3 and Z Flip 3 about to break a major sales milestone. What does this mean for the tech industry? Then we're going to talk about some of the S21 Fan Edition news. We got some information about that, guys. And we're going to finish off this video talking about the Note series lineup and what will the future hold for that lineup. Let's go ahead and get right into it. Alright guys, our first news story here is the Galaxy Z Fold 3 and Z Flip 3 are about to break a major sales milestone. So this actually is not for the United States, it's actually for South Korea, which is the home of Samsung. With that being said though, they're about to sell 1 million units of the Galaxy Z Flip 3 and around 500,000 units of the Galaxy Z Fold 3. Based on reports, the Galaxy Z Flip 3 has sold double the amount of units of the Z Fold 3, still meaning that they sold over 1.5 million copies of the Galaxy Z Flip 3 and Fold 3 in South Korea. Now, just taking that into consideration, obviously both these phones have been out for a couple months now, around less than 2 months now, and comparing that to like iPhone sales, obviously Apple sales, iPhone sales in South Korea after 1 month of the iPhone 12 series line coming out, that's the 12 mini, the 12 Pro, the 12, and also the 12 Pro Max, they sold around 600,000 units in about a month. So this is roughly around a month and a half, 2 months, and they sold over 1 million units, 1.5 million units overall in that country. Now that's just South Korea. Keep this in mind, guys. That's just isolated South Korea. Overall, the whole entire world, they sold even more units than that. This is just in the home country of Samsung where they sold that many units. And why is that a big deal? Well, first off, the reason why that's a big deal is because of what this phone is and what the Galaxy Z Flip 3 is too. This is why it's so big, is that this is a niche product, okay? Whether you buy the Galaxy Z Flip 3 or you buy this Surface Duo right here, these are niche products. These are not products that the general consumer will probably go ahead and pick up ever in their life. And the fact that they're selling this amount of units in these countries, in South Korea and United States and wherever, that means that this is becoming mainstream. You know, back in the day, especially back when, when it comes to buying phones, everyone buys like, oh, I got an iPhone, I got a Galaxy Note, I got a Galaxy S series. Now it's becoming to a point where we can finally say, this is a Galaxy Fold, and a lot of people are going to be buying this product. And the more people buy this product, the more mainstream it becomes, the more people actually want to go ahead and actually pick up this product, and the more developers actually go ahead and start developing for this product. So that's an absolute W. That's an absolute awesome thing to see, because again, more people buying it means more app development, means more actual competition in the market. And we already saw that. I mean, Google Pixel, they got the Google Pixel Fold. We have obviously the Samsung Galaxy Fold 3, Surface Duo 2. We're probably going to see some more other companies kind of jumping in the fold. Apple right now has their Apple Flip, whatever foldable phone they've been working for in 2024. Like, this is a real thing, and it's becoming a niche market all the way up to a mainstream market. So very exciting to see this. Can't wait to see even more sales projections. I wonder what the sales projections are in America and other countries. I know in India, it's actually very high up there too. In India, they sold almost pretty much nearly the same in India. So again, like I said, guys, this is becoming more of a mainstream market rather than just a strictly niche market. So our next story here, guys, is the Samsung may have canceled the Galaxy S21 Fan Edition. So this was posted back around 5 days ago on this website, and I will say overall wise, it kind of looks like it is. I mean, they do go ahead and say it's quite rare for a company like Samsung to cancel a new smartphone release a few days before the official launch event. According to a news report by South Korean publication Daily, this is exactly what's happening with the Galaxy S21 Fan Edition. Report suggests that the South Korean tech giant has canceled the Galaxy S21 Fan Edition, a toned-down version of the Galaxy S21, which obviously is more affordable. You get a lot more of the things you love in one device rather than spending a lot of money for other things you might not use. The report has highlighted the reason why Samsung isn't willing to launch the smartphone for the public. The S21 Fan Edition has been canceled mainly due to the better better than expected sales of the Galaxy Z Flip 3 and the ongoing global chip shortage. Supply chain issues have contributed to the company's decision to pull the plug on the smartphone. So just like we talked about in the first news story today, it's literally because the Galaxy Z Flip 3 and the Fold 3 are literally taking away from these other phones, because you gotta think of it like this, right? So the Galaxy S21 Fan Edition, right, if it did come out, right, it was gonna come out around the price tag around $600 to $650. Now don't get me wrong, that's a really cheap and affordable phone. If you love the Galaxy S21, you're getting everything you want and some out of a cheaper model, maybe more poorly made, but overall a really, really good phone. At the same time, though, if you can get pretty much similar performance out of a phone that's, yes, $400 more, but you got to think that they can market it better with, of course, the flippable design of the Z Flip 3 for only, what, $300-$400 more? I think they'd rather push that, especially with the fact, like I said before, that, you know, the Z Flip 3 is selling over 1 million units in South Korea, probably way more elsewhere in the other countries in this world. You got to think, for a marketing point of view, Samsung's going to be like, okay, listen, we understand the, you know, fan editions of all phones have been doing very well, but this is a niche market, like I said before, that's going mainstream with affordable phones. We rather push all of our production and time toward that. And as I said right there, there's a chip shortage currently going on. So you got to think, if there's only a certain amount of, you know, phones they can make, right? Would they go for the phone that is a chance of being successful with the S21 Fan Edition, when you got to keep in mind that the S21 was an absolute failure in sales? The S21 was not good in sales. So you got to think, are you going to go ahead and copy and make a Fan Edition of a phone that already flopped? Or are you going to push more resources and time toward a Z Flip 3 that is already successful and becoming even more and more successful, pushing toward a mainstream audience? So it kind of makes sense that this phone was canceled. If the Z Flip 3 wasn't as successful as it actually was, I don't think it would have been canceled. But because it was as successful as it actually is, they kind of make sense to cancel this phone, because you can't have a phone, you can't put so much resource into a phone, and that's going to go ahead and overall might be a loss when you have a phone that's actually successful, and, you know, you got to keep pushing toward that one. So here's a patent that was filed by Samsung in last April. Now this could be utilized for the Note 22 lineup, and it's really kind of interesting. So here's what it is. First off, you can go ahead and attach your S Pen to the back of the Note phone, right? That's pretty much plain and simple. But you guys see how the glass actually looks like it folds on the back? Yeah, that's actually what the design is. So this patent is a patent to have a phone that, unlike a normal phone that just goes ahead and looks like this, which of course what the Note 21 and 20 series looked like, instead of that, it's actually going to go ahead and have a glass that extends out just that much. And when you're not using it, you just fold it back so it's on the back of the phone. This is really weird and also interesting at the same time. So again, like I said, here's another look at it. So pretty much, if you hold your phone in a normal orientation, you're not using it as a tablet mode, you would pretty much have a front glass that would look like this, right? The side would be all glass right here, which would be the front display, and it would fold on the back right next to the camera lens right here, and this whole side would be as part of your display too. So your whole entire phone would be a display, and eventually you could open it up and have one gigantic tablet type Note device. I don't know how I feel about this. On one side, I kind of like the concept, right? I like the idea, but at the same time, I don't know how I feel about it. It's a really cool idea. It's really cool. But I feel like you would scratch the screen up way too much. The biggest issue I feel like some people have with the brand new, Surface Zero 2 is that when you use this phone in phone mode, right, you can't have this in your pocket. If you have it in your pocket like this in phone mode, you're going to scratch the display. Now, this is even worse than that, because how this works is, imagine on this hinge, you actually have a display right here. Now, the brand new Surface Duo 2 does, but it's on the outside. Imagine the inside. Imagine this being all one display all around. That's how it would look with this brand new Note 22 concept. So I feel like, I don't know, I feel like it would just scratch up the display. It would always be on, too, would always be there. Now, my guess would be they're probably going to have some software where when you have it in a normal orientation of a phone, just like this, that this side display and back display is off. Now, I will say it does give you kind of the same concept you get when it comes to the Fold 3, when it comes to like a selfie camera. So if we go and open this up with the Fold 3, as you guys can see, it's the same concept here. You have your camera right here and you have a display right here. So you could take some pretty good selfies with this Note 22 concept. But at the same time, though, I feel like it would just be a weird concept. Now, like I said before, this is because of foldable phones becoming so, relevant in the market now, that Samsung is like, hey, listen, no longer is this a niche product. This is actually a full mainstream product now. So they're trying to push this idea, trying to push these phones even farther. And I don't know how I feel about it. I'm not against the concept of adding this. And I think this could be really cool. It could work, in all honesty, at the end of the day. I just don't know how I feel about it, guys. Tell me down below your thoughts and opinions of this idea. Would you pick up a foldable Note phone that had a display that goes around the back and the side? I don't know how I feel about it. But if you guys did enjoy this video, hit that like, subscribe down below.